In this video, we'll talk about web publishing. We'll talk about content management systems, blog engines, WordPress, paid hosting, and domain name registration. Now, if you're in an organization that's fairly big and you have a lot of people that want to edit your website, like BYU Hawaii, for example, it might pay off to use a content management system. And that's how BYU Hawaii runs their website. It is Drupal that runs it in the background, and that allows people to have user accounts. And then through the web, they can go in and they can edit the content on each page. And that allows each department to create their own website, but it also has a consistent template right here so that all the web pages look like one organization. So BYU Hawaii's website is run off of Drupal, and Drupal is an open source project, so you can download and install Drupal on a web server and run it yourself. So the other option that you have, there are lots of other content management systems besides Drupal, so you should do a web search and check them out. Other options you have are blogging engines like Tumblr, and then you have Blogger right here. You have to log in to your Google account, and then you can create a blog on Blogger, and it usually shows up on blogspot.com. And another blog engine is WordPress. Now there's several other ones, and you can check them out and compare their strengths and weaknesses. But what blog engines allow you to do is you can create a blog, and then you create a template, and then you can add a new blog post, and then it moves it down on the web. So a lot of websites or news organizations will kind of have a blog of new news that shows up. And they're very similar to content management systems. They're just more tuned for having a web log. Blog is short for web log. So WordPress is one, and if these sites that I've shown you just allow you to sign up through the site, and then they host all of your blog stuff. Now there is WordPress.org as well. And with WordPress.org, you can download the blog engine to your own server and then run your own blog on your own server. That means that all the data is on your server and not on, say, WordPress's or Blogger's or Tumblr's web server. So and we can do that as well on the web host that we've been using. So we'll go ahead and I'll snap my fingers and I'll log into that and show you how we can install WordPress on that machine. So I've logged into cPanel right here, and down here at the bottom you'll see a Fantastico Deluxe somewhere. Now things might move around as this gets updated, but just look for Fantastico Deluxe somewhere in your software services section, and you can click on that. And this allows you to install lots of software, open source software that can run certain types of websites like blogs, content management systems. You also have discussion boards, e-commerce, and so on. And you're welcome to go try those out. However, you are limited to the amount of space that you have on your hosting account with the school's web server. But we'll go ahead and click on WordPress and install that one. So we'll just do a new installation right here. And you should have your domain name right here. And then you can install it in a directory under your domain name. So they'll type in your domain name and go /blog to go to my directory. And then you need an administrator username. I'll just use my same username right here, and a password. So this is your admin account, so you could go in and create new blog posts right here. So your username and your password. Make sure you might want to choose a harder password. Make sure you don't forget it. And then your admin nickname. I'll just use that. You can fill in your email address, and you can give it a site name. Let's call it Simple Blog, and a description, my thoughts, right here. And you can edit these later on, so don't worry about picking the right thing exactly right now. You can edit them. Then you click Install WordPress right here, and here is the URL where your blog will be. And go ahead and click Finish Installation, and it runs some scripts, and it should finish it and create your blog right there. And this right here is how you administer your blog. Make sure you read this. It says bookmark this, or at least remember it. It's basically WP -admin after the end of your blog URL. So we can open this in a new tab right here. And then we log in with our username that we created and our password, which I did Aloha. So from here, you can update to the newest version. So if it says please update, and you can click update now. And we've gotten the new update right here, and you can go back to the dashboard. It does say 3 updates right here. They're plugin updates, so if you want to update your plugins, you can. Plugins just add functionality to your WordPress blog. And then right here, now we can start customizing our site. If we want to see our site, we can open this up in a new tab right here. And this is what my blog looks like. They've already added 1 blog post, so I can edit it or delete it and start blogging. They've also added a sample page. Now WordPress has become really popular and quite powerful, and they've made it so that it can become a mini content management system. I wouldn't use it for a large organization, but maybe a small organization. You can create several different pages and have a web page like that, a simple web page. Anyways, some of the updates you can do, you can customize your site right here. And here's a little preview. Right here, you can change the images right here. Another thing, going back to the dashboard, you have this appearance, and there's lots of things that you can do. You can choose different themes right here. There are some themes right here, and they have updates available to these. We have 2014, 2013, and then we can always add a new theme, and you can search for different kind of themes off of colors, columns, and other subjects. We'll just see some of the newest themes here and pick one that we might like. Maybe this dark orange, and then install it. And then we can also activate it. That sets it as our default theme. So, and when we go back to our site and refresh, now we have a different theme on our WordPress. And then I'll show you one more thing that you can do is you could go to your posts. You can edit the posts that you already have, and you can always add new posts right here just through the web. And then you can also add categories and tags. Going back to the dashboard, you also have pages. And pages in this right here, you have a sample page right here, and then you have a simple blog right here. Watch out when you add new themes that the layout will change where the pages go, but you can add pages and blog posts. So for your assignment, you'll need to add at least edit this 1 blog post and add another one, so you have 2 blog posts. Or you can edit the pages, and you can have 2 pages, edit the sample page and another one. Or you could do 1 blog post and 1 page. So that's what you'll need to do to turn in your assignment for this class. And also play around with appearance. You also have to choose a custom theme, or customize your theme a little bit so that it's not just the default theme that gets installed. And that will be your assignment this week, is to play with this WordPress after you've installed it. Now the 2 pages that you will want to remember is the 2 URLs is you want to remember. This will be your IS2 or your machine host name that you've been using all semester. Remember the directory that you put it in, so you can put it at the end, and that is how you get to your WordPress blog. And then adding WP-admin onto the end will allow you to log in, customize it, and edit it. Next, the machine that you've been using all semester has some restrictions, like you can't use it to make money. It's just an educational license. And also there's, at the end of the semester, a few weeks after the semester, all your information will get wiped off. So make sure you make a backup copy of all your web pages after you finish your final project. And then if you want a a web page up permanently, you'll have to buy hosting from some host. This is one company, Bluehost.com. They just happen to give students a student discount. So if you want a student discount through them to host your web page, you can get less than $5 a month with the student discount. As long as you sign up as a student, that's guaranteed for life that you'll be at a student rate. There are lots of other hosting companies as well. Just search web hosting, and you'll get a lot of ads and a lot of different companies that will be more than willing to host your web page. And just you want to do some comparison shopping, and be careful, some websites offer you a nice low introductory rate, and then after the introductory rate it starts getting a lot more expensive. So just compare all of your options. And if you do want a student discount through Bluehost, you can contact me and I could give you a URL that you can use to sign up for that. With a .edu email address, it will give you a discount. So the last thing we'll talk about is domain name registration. And you do need a domain name to host your own site, and the domain name is this part of the URL. And to be able to buy a domain name, most web hosting companies also allow you to register a domain name with them. And one of the things with Bluehost is you do get a free domain right here. And most other web hosting companies will give you a free domain. They do cost $10 a year, somewhere in there. So it's nice that you get it thrown in for free, but if you don't, it's just a one-time $10 fee each year. And once you do register your domain, you can keep it, and you can transfer it to other web hosts, and then they can use that to host your domain. And you can search your domain name registration and see a whole bunch of other deals. Now sometimes these really cheap domain names are not .com domains. It could be other domains, but you can search and see which one you want. Usually .com domains, the domains that end with .com, are a little more expensive than the other domains. Now this is purely optional, but if you want to get a domain name for your account on the machine that you've been using all semester, you can get a free one through .tk. So the URL that you go to is .tk, and then it'll bring it to this site right here, and then you can search your domain names here, but I usually have had better luck getting it to work if I log in first. So you can choose several accounts that you can use to go ahead and log in and create an account. And then right here you can go to your domain panel right here. And we can add a domain. Now the domain that I've added already, but I'll walk you through the steps of adding a new domain. So we click Add Domain, and then you can come up with a name. I used IT240 BYU Hawaii.tk. Now if I try to add this one, since I already have it, it's already registered. So I'm just going to put a 2 right here, just temporarily to add that. And I'll do a free domain and click Next. Okay, once you do your free domain, you want to use DNS for this domain, so click that button right there, and then click Use My Own DNS Servers. And right here you type in the domain name of your host that you've been using all semester, so that should be is3.byuh.edu right here. And then you just select your registration length and then type in your CAPTCHA character codes right here and click Next. And once you've done that, you should see this in your domain list, and you should see that it says custom DNS with the is3 right here, .byuh.edu. Okay, and once you have that all working, then you have registered your domain name. Next, you need to log into cPanel, so I'll snap my fingers and do that. So once you log into your cPanel on your account, then go down here and you can look on this domain section, and you click on add-on domains right here, and then you type the domain name that you did, so it would be IT240 BYU Hawaii.tk, and then It'll fill out these fields. You can just use the password generator, and you're never going to use this passwords, but it does need to be there, so you don't have to worry about memorizing it or anything like that. Just use the password generator and generate a password. Then you click Add Domain, and I've already done this, but after you've added the domain, you should see your domain down here, and it should give you a directory right here where you can start putting files for that web page that you want to show up. And then it says IT240 BYU Hawaii is the username. And then after you're done with that, you can go to the file manager, and right here you have your public HTML directory, and inside of that you should see a new folder that was created for your new domain. So I've just added an index file right here, and this is the file that shows up. It just says it works. Now normally I'd have an HTML page and all my HTML right there. Okay, once you do that, you can try going to your domain name, which is IT240 BYU Hawaii.tk, like that, and it should work. Now it might not work automatically. It takes a few hours for all of the DNS changes to propagate through all of the systems, so it might take up to 4 hours or maybe even a day or two for it to show up. So if it doesn't work right away, if you go to your domain name and it just says domain not found, you just might want to try again in 4 hours or so, and then see if it works after that. And again, this is optional, and of course you can't use the same domain name that I used, IT240 BYU Hawaii.tk, because I've already taken it and used it. You have to come up with your own one. Now a couple of caveats with this. First of all, you get 1 year free, but after that they're going to start making you pay for this domain name. But for 1 year you can have a free domain name. And another thing is you can't have this domain name pointing to anything that's copyrighted. So if you take pictures and videos from other sites and put it on your website and they detect that, they'll automatically take away your domain name. But if you want to have a domain name for your final project, this is a way that you can do it. And again, it's optional because sometimes it doesn't work, so don't get too frustrated if it doesn't. And again, make sure you try again in a couple of days and see if it all works. As long as you got all the settings the way I showed you, after a couple of days it should start working.